Hi there, thank you for joining me today. I just have a kind of a chatty get ready with me. I want to start a new series on the YouTubers that I really enjoy and how they influence me on some of the things I buy. Some of them are maybe like their collabs that they came up with some makeup companies. Some of them are maybe like they didn't come up with a product, but they recommended a product. So I want to talk about these YouTubers that I like. And so today is the first one, and I'm going to talk about Emily Noel. So I will link her channel somewhere in the description, or if I can figure out how to do it in the video, I'll put it in the video. Yeah, so and I hope you enjoy this video. Well, besides talking about the makeup today or get ready, I want to also show you I cut my own hair. I'm going to take this clip off. Cut my own hair. I did an asymmetrical bob on my own head. So, yeah. A different look for the summertime. Wanted something a little bit lighter. I wear sunscreen every single day, and my current favorite are these dermatology combination sunscreen. So it's mineral and physical and chemical sunscreen. I really love these. Previously I have talked about Make Print sunscreen. I think that one is really good too, particularly maybe for the summertime, because it does dry out the skin more. But what I love about these is that I have one that's supposedly clear, but it actually does have a little bit of white cast. And then this one is tinted. This says universal tint, but it's actually a little bit too dark for me. So I feel like when I combine these two, I can create almost like a custom shade for myself. Like in the winter time, I can put in more of the white one, whereas versus summertime, I can put in the more tinted one. And I feel like that this gives me a really nice, like, I don't know if it like even out the skin, but it makes my skin looks brightened, and it's obviously very sheer like most of the tinted sunscreen, but I feel like it just gives me a nice canvas and it's very moisturizing. So I really like this. It does take a little bit of time to dry down, like 20 minutes, but in the meantime I just go on with my eye makeup. So what I'm doing right now is 3 pumps of the white sunscreen, and then I'm going to mix in 2 pumps of the tinted sunscreen. So this might seem like excessive amount of sunscreen, but it really isn't. It really takes like about a 1/4 teaspoon of sunscreen to cover the face and the neck. Oops, put that away. So what I do is I just rub it in my hand and then put it on. Like honestly, just apply it by hand. You can see I'm just rubbing it all over. It's looking really white, but it will gradually tone down the whiteness as it dries. It kind of tones down. I don't use a brush or a sponge. This really is like a sunscreen moisturizer. So I think using hand is best. The star today, I want to also talk about like favorite YouTuber and or like YouTubers that I like them so much I wanted to just like support them. And the first one I'm going to talk about is Emily Noel. So this is a collaboration between Emily Noel and Revolution, Makeup Revolution. This is her needs palette. I also have her wants palette, but today I'm just going to use the needs palette. So here's the palette. So you got like all the face palettes you need, and then you get all the eye makeup, and I'll show you. I actually use this entire palette to do my entire face, so including like eyeliner, eyebrow, everything. I think this is a great palette. I'm going to take this white powder to this white color to as a base. Just go all over. So I started watching YouTube, 10 plus years ago, and Emily Noel, she's one of the OGs on beauty YouTuber. So she would from time to time pop up on my channel. I mean, on my like recommendation list, because at the time there wasn't that many beauty guru, and so the few that there was, they would keep popping up. I'm going to put in the crease this lighter medium brown color. So the days when I watch her, she was a news anchor. I didn't know what channel. I didn't think it was a national channel because I didn't see her on national TV, but it did turn out that she was just on like a local news channel. But at that time, I actually didn't watch her consistently. I don't know why, but I felt like, I mean, even as an anchor, she should have a really nice voice, but somehow her voice didn't sit well with me. And also she had like this, in her room, she had this like bright pink wall. I get a lot of girls like pink, just like this is pink, but it's not bright pink, but she had like hot pink wall, and I'm just not into pinks. I don't like pinks. I particularly don't like hot pinks. I'm just not into pinks. Maybe like super soft baby pink once in a while, but yeah, just not a pink person. For a very strange reason, I didn't watch her consistently, and as there were more and more beauty gurus, I started to watch her less and less, I guess. Oh, by the way, this palette has an amazing mirror. I started watching her less and less until just about 2 years ago. She popped up on my radar again. I don't know if I was looking for drugstore makeup or something, but she popped up again. So I started watching her, and like her life has changed a lot. When I started, she had moved to her current house, and she still had a pink background, but then later on, like a couple months in, she like changed out her background, and she kind of like painted her beauty room neutral. I know this sounds so mundane and so strange, but it was since her wall became neutral that I was able to really focus on her video and her content, and like really start appreciating her expertise. But the pink background was so distracting. I couldn't keep watching her. I know this sounds really strange, but I'm gonna try to remember to link her channel. She's really great. Another thing I really like about her is that even all through these years, a lot of the YouTubers that are from her same time or maybe a little bit after her have grown so big. Their channels have grown to be so much bigger, but she really stayed true to her. I'm gonna put this lighter peachy color as my transition shade. This one, it's really light and pretty. They have, there's been a lot of people that grew much, bigger than her, but I mean, she just serves as a really steady voice, and she continued to really enjoy her drugstore makeup, and I really appreciate that, because a lot of people started getting PRs or started getting sponsorship and just moved on to like focusing on high-end makeup. Who gets up at 5 o'clock to do makeup just to do video just so that they can share it? I mean, she has 3 kids now. So I'm gonna go to the deepest brown here for my outer corner. But yeah, I just love her enthusiasm, and I love the way she talks about her favorite products, and she just always has like really fresh ideas too. Even after like 10 plus years, she still has like this, you know, fresh take on like ideas. Of course, she does some of the usual stuff, you know, like monthly favorite, but I just feel like she come up with like nice ideas. And I mean, 5 days a week, you know, that's not easy. I just make like one video. I try to make one video a week, and that's really hard for me. Um, well, so it's really through like supporting her that I bought these palettes, because I before her these two palettes that I got from her, the wants and the needs, I never bought any Makeup Revolution products. I didn't even think, I was just never interested. I mean, I saw a lot of reviews, but I just wasn't interested. Um, but because I really like her, and I really think, you know, I can trust that she put out quality products, or, you know, products where the quality and the price um, is matching. Um, so I, you know, this is like the first time she has collabed, and that's like 10 plus years of her experience, so I really wanted to support her. And I really like, you know, both palettes to some degree. I mean, they're quality wise, obviously it's not as good like as Anastasia ABH palettes, but I think for the price, I think these are really decent quality for like everyday use. Particularly like this one, you know, like I said, I can use this palette to do my whole face, including eyeliner and eyebrow. So I feel like, you know, things like this I really appreciate. The only thing about this palette that I didn't like is this highlight, because I don't mind to use the highlight as like a pop on the eye, but I really wish she had put in like a more prominent shimmery shadow. Because if you look at this base color here and this this face powder, they basically is like almost the same color, and they serve the same function. So I have wished that she put in a real like a, you know, shimmery, or even just like a basic champagne color. And this highlight, unlike the bronzer and the eyeshadow, this highlight is really hard, and like it's really hard to get the color out of it. Color payoff not that good, but nonetheless, I mean, you can do everything with this palette. I'm gonna take this slanted angle brush and put just a little bit of this red color, pinky color in my crease, and just add a little something. Spice to life. So yeah, and I come to appreciate the way, you know, her philosophy with her makeup, that she just really enjoy makeup. You know, there's so many YouTubers that I watch from that time. I think I tend to like the same kind of YouTuber that try to stay true to themselves. Really great. I brought this whole palette with me on travel, and you know, there goes my whole face, my whole makeup. I just need to bring like something from my base. Concealer. So this is a peachy corrector that I've mentioned before. It's by Beauty Maker, a brand in Taiwan. So with Emily Noel, I just feel like, you know, even though for the first few years I didn't watch her all that much, I feel like I've seen her grown. And of course, in the meantime, my life has changed a lot too. But you know, I feel like she gets better and better with her channel. Like in that the way she, you know, is able to like reference stuff that are from like long time ago, and yeah, I just feel like she's really genuine, and she's never like selling anything, or I don't feel like, or she doesn't make me feel like she's selling anything other than this collab she made. And honestly, for this collab, I'm just so happy for her. This bronzer is really nice. You can contour, and you can also, it's not too, I mean, it's on the warmer side for sure, but you can still use it to like do like a kind of a natural contour. I like it. And the blush, when I saw this blush, I kind of felt like it's kind of funny. It didn't feel like this was the kind of blush she goes for all the time. I mean, not that she doesn't go for it, but Emily tends to like a lot of berry colors, so I was kind of surprised that there's like not a more mauve or berry color that she usually go for. So I'm gonna go into this dark purple color. This dark purple is so dark that it almost shows up black, and it has a little bit of sparkle, but it doesn't really show up much once you apply it. So I just put some on my angle brush and I just use it to line my eye. It gives like a really nice, like defined, but you know, since it's powder, it's soft, but yeah, it's defined. So you can see the difference. Eyeliner without eyeliner. And Emily Noel, she did mention, you know, she does like a lot of these face palettes that can multitask. So, and I really like it too. I mean, for the practical and convenience. So what I like to do is when I drag this liner out a little bit longer, and then I can take a little blending brush and just kind of like blend that liner upwards into the outer V, and it gives like a soft but more depth to the eye look. And then I'll use the same liner brush and go into that deep brown that we used to lay down the outer corner, and just put a little bit on the inner corner to define the lower lash line. And I also have tried using this the deep brown color in my eyebrow. So yeah, it's a little bit warm for what I like for my eyebrow, but it's doable. Even though I'm Chinese, my eyebrow, and I want to say that not all Chinese people have dark black hair. Like I actually have like a kind of brownish hair. You can really see it under the sun. So it's not totally black, and I find that these dark browns actually, you know, when I do my eyebrow, they work really well. I never use black in my eyebrow. That's just too much. So yeah, but I would prefer like a cooler tone brown, but this is okay. This is like neutral but leaning warm. So I highly recommend you checking her out. She's just very I haven't really gotten into her blog. She has a family blog. Not really into that. I'm still just really liking her reviews on the products. I mean, she does do high-end, don't get me wrong, but she's just like, I just love her enthusiasm. And I think she gives like a really honest reviews as far as what works and what doesn't. Of course, it's according to her own skin type and her preference, but I do find that she gives nice comments, and I feel like she's just so genuinely nice, always very caring, and yeah, we need more of those people in the YouTube beauty space. So yeah, that's my entire face with this one palette. And the good thing is you can also use this red as a blush too. I've done that in the winter time, like a more like a cranberry blush. It's really pretty. So yeah, I would say in the last couple years, Emily Noel does a lot for me, and I do buy some things according to her recommendation. Of course, not everything. I'm not a beauty guru. I try not to collect too much. But yeah, very trustworthy voice. And if you like Walmart products, she is like the queen of knowing everything Walmart beauty. she tries everything at Walmart, and I really appreciate that. I haven't tried all that much from Walmart, like hard candy and like that new brand she mentioned, Founders, but this is not her recommendation. This is just something I bought from, it's a ColourPop lip tint crayon. So, and I hope you enjoy this video. If you like it, subscribe and share with others.